Oke, baik. Kita mulai saja sambil menunggu yang lain agar waktunya lebih efisien. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you? How are you? Alhamdulillah. Good, good. Alhamdulillah, if you are doing great and you are fine. And actually, this is the last meeting for this semester, and in this very moment, we are going to make a review about the materials after the midterm test until the last unit that we had last week. And the focus of this review will be about the material that maybe it is tested in the final test, yang mungkin nanti bakal diteskan di final test. Because I take the material also from the final test, the previous final test last semester and last 2 semesters. Jadi saya ambil soalnya dari semester lalu dan semester sebelumnya lagi, semester ganjil sebelumnya. Nah, the focus of our discussion, so it will be in 2 parts. The first, it will be in writing test, and the second one, it will be in the spoken test. So this is actually the example that I just take from right. So you can see what's on my screen here. Semoga bisa terlihat. Yep. Nah, ini adalah contoh. Ini adalah contoh untuk written test sebelumnya yang maybe it will be tested again. Not exactly the same just like this one. Tidak 100% sama seperti ini. Because there will be some revisions, but the topic will be still the same. Topiknya akan selalu sama, kan acuannya kan modul dan modulnya juga tetap sama. Jadi if we talk about an unforgettable experience, then the topic it will be the same. Maybe the arrangement, spesifikasinya, apa yang harus diterangkan agak sedikit berbeda. Tapi topik utamanya it will be the same, unforgettable experience. If we see for the next topic, it's about house tour. Yeah, it's about house tour. Actually, things you can see in each room inside your house, activities you usually do in each room, and we've been discussing about this a couple of meeting ago. Bahkan ada yang membuat video juga about this activity. So the topic actually it will be the same. This is unforgettable experience you had, ya sama, cuman ini kan kita bisa lihat topik-topiknya, feature-featurenya yang harus diterangkan itu apa saja agak berbeda di sini. Untuk spoken test juga sama sebenarnya. Topiknya ini masih berkenaan dengan about your house. Apa saja the rooms in your house, the furniture in each rooms, and then the activities you usually do in each room. Nah, ini juga perlu juga untuk digaris bawahi. Nah, sebenarnya mungkin maybe one of the assignment that you had already covered this, but actually that's just the beginning or perhaps the preparation that you had before the final test. Hopefully the final test will be better than the assignment that you submit. And then the other is this one, the other topic. Ada misalnya students are going to perform a monologue about one of the following topics. Jadi salah satu dari topik yang tersedia. Jadi ada 3 topik di sini. Nah, nanti student you have to take one of this topic. Tinggal terserah mau pilih yang mana sebagai topik nanti untuk spokennya, mau yang the plan for semester holiday, their plan for next semester learning, atau their plan after COVID-19 pandemic ends. And kemudian topik yang lainnya ini mengenai memorable childhood experience. Nah, sebenarnya ini kan sama seperti yang di writing tadi. Experience, unforgettable experience, childhood experience. Itu sebenarnya sama dengan yang di writing ini sebenarnya. But biasanya kalau sudah diteskan di writing tidak akan diteskan di spokennya. Kalau sudah diteskan di spokennya tidak diteskan di written. Biasanya seperti itu. But basically the topic it's about this. The topic is about this. Acuannya tetap sama, kemudian aturan pengerjaannya juga sama. If we talk about writing, starter it's only about 2 paragraph. Jadi untuk writingnya, untuk level starter itu hanya menulis sebanyak 2 paragraf saja. Kalau ini kenapa di sini ada 3 line seperti ini? Karena ini mungkin yang sebelumnya, yang sebelum direvisi, yang dari semester yang lalu. Karena semester ini hanya menulis 2 paragraf saja. So, I'm giving you the example if we talk about unforgettable experience. For example, mungkin pengalaman yang tidak terlupakan ketika dulu bermain ke sawah bersama teman-teman. So when you are going to tell about that experience, you may tell first, you got what the point. Misalkan, poin yang ingin saya sampaikan adalah dulu saya bermain ke sawah bersama teman-teman. Itu poinnya. But you have to know when and where it happens. And then the people with you at that time. And then interesting or embarrassing activities you did. Nah, biasanya ini kalau misalkan 2 paragraf saja, karena yang sekarang starter hanya 2 paragraf, so you make it into 1 paragraph for this one. Kayak gitu. I'm giving you the example. For example, the most memorable experience I had when I was a kid is atau was boleh kalau mau buat past, but if the context that you are telling is now using is, it's okay. Never mind, better with the grammar. Was when I went to the rice field with my friends. Nah, ini sudah 1 baris, sudah 1 line. Padahal kita diminta untuk membuat 2 paragraf. So when and where it happens. Nah, kita tinggal diterangkan. It was in 2010, for example. It was in 2010. The location is near. Kenapa pakai is? Karena mungkin masih sekarang juga sama. Tapi kalau cerita pakai was juga boleh. The location was near my house. Ini sudah menjawab it was in 2010. Sudah menjawab when. Where it happened. The location was near my house. Sudah seperti itu, sudah mencakup yang ini. Tinggal the people with you at that time. Atau ini juga mau ditambahin juga boleh. The location was near my house. It was my parents' rice field. Itu adalah sawah orang tua saya. It could be like that. Jadi you've covered the information related to the time which answer the question when, and you already put the locations and the detail where the rice field is and whose rice field it is. Berarti sudah mencakup informasi mengenai where. Tinggal the people with you at that time. I went there with some of my friends. They were, misalkan Agus, Rianto, Koko, Budi, and Supri, for example. Nah, ini sudah cukup mencakup information mengenai ini, the people with you at that time. Tinggal dikasih tambahan, the people with you. Siapa ini? Si Agus, Rianto, Koko, Budi. Nah, ditambah information, they were my classmates. Seperti itu. Sudah cukup. Ini sudah ada 4 baris. 4 baris as one paragraph. It is enough. It is enough. Sudah cukup jadi 1 paragraf. Tidak harus banyak kali, tidak apa-apa. Yang penting sudah mencakup informasi mengenai ini. Kemudian interesting atau embarrassing activities you did. Misalkan, contoh lagi, when I was there, I played many games in the field. Di sawahnya saya melakukan banyak permainan. All of them were traditional games. Aktivitas yang menarik itu apa? Traditional games. Misalkan, I played traditional games in Javanese. Misalkan ada petak umpet, kemudian ada gobak sodor. Itu adalah beberapa contoh dari traditional games in Indonesia that maybe you've experienced as well. Now you may tell about that. Misalkan, I played petak umpet with my friends. Petak umpet, you may translate it into English or you may not. Kenapa tidak ditranslate saja? Karena itu nama. Tapi kalau misalkan mau pakai hide and seek juga boleh. Tapi kalau misalkan kayak gobak sodor itu tidak perlu ditranslate. Karena mungkin itu tidak ada padanan katanya di bahasa Inggris. Nah, with my friends. Misalkan, I was hiding near the river with Koko and Budi, while the other were hiding behind the big rock. Behind the big rock. Behind the big rock. Unfortunately, the rock is gone now. It is broken by the climate. Misalkan seperti itu. Ini sudah cukup untuk menjadi 2 paragraf. Sudah cukup. Terus you put your expression, but boleh. But I can still remember that memorable moment with my friends. Nah, ini sudah cukup untuk misalkan nanti untuk jawaban dari tes semacam ini. Sudah cukup, hanya 2 paragraf, tidak banyak-banyak. The most memorable experience I had when I was a kid was when I went to the rice field with my friends. It was in 2010. The location was near my house. It was my parents' rice field. I went there with some of my friends. They were Agus, Rianto, Koko, Budi, and Supri. They were my classmates. When I was there, I played many games in the field. All of them were traditional games. I played petak umpet with my friends. I was hiding near the river with Koko and Budi, while the others, were hiding behind the rocks. Unfortunately, the rock is gone now. It's gone. Sudah hilang sekarang. It's broken by the climate. Sudah hancur karena adanya cuaca. Mungkin hujan, terus panas. Jadi sekarang sudah hancur, sudah pecah retak-retak gitu. But I can still remember that memorable moment with my friends. Nah, semacam ini sudah cukup untuk menjadi jawaban di panel tes. Kenapa? Karena ini sudah mencakup ini. Di paragraf 1 sudah mencakup informasi mengenai when, where, kemudian people with you, kemudian interesting atau mungkin mau cerita yang embarrassing, activities you did sudah diceritakan. Ini waktu itu main petak umpet, kemudian sembunyi di dekat sungai, yang lain sembunyi di belakang batu besar, seperti itu. Sudah mencakup informasi ke semua-muanya. Jadi no worry, you don't need to write something that it is very, saya menulisnya harus banget, bagus sekali. Sometimes it's good to have that kind of expectations. But the most important thing that you have to emphasize, yang penting ceritanya itu terkoneksi antara satu sama lainnya, terstruktur gitu. Penulisan yang sering sebenarnya salah itu kita terlalu panjang membuat kalimatnya. Jadi kita nggak tahu titiknya tuh di mana. If you can see the writing that I wrote here, it was in 2010. Titik. The location was near my house. Titik. It was my parents' rice field. Titik. I went there with some of my friends. Titik. Nah, ciri khas penulisan bahasa Inggris itu sebenarnya tidak panjang-panjang kalimatnya. It's very simple. Jadi hal semacam ini malah justru bagus kalau untuk di bahasa Inggris. Karena biasanya di bahasa Indonesia kan kalimatnya panjang sekali. But it will be different if you talk about the English language. Akan lebih baik jika jelas Subject, verb, object, titik. Subject, verb, object, titik. Sudah seperti itu. Kalau bahasa Inggris seperti itu. Simple, tidak banyak. When I was there, I played many games in the field. Titik. All of them were traditional games. Titik. I played petak umpet with my friends. Titik. Kayak gitu. Jadi yang penting sudah jelas subjeknya apa, verbnya apa, objeknya apa, tinggal dikasih titik. Jadi tidak terlalu panjang seperti itu. Nah, kita lihat contoh yang lainnya. Develop your paragraph by mentioning ini about your own house ya. Nah, ini kita sudah pernah bahas juga apa yang ada di rumah kayak gitu. Nah, things you can see in each room inside your house. Ditulis saja misalkan in my house there are 5 rooms. 1 living rooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 kitchen and 1 bathroom. My house is very small, but it is a lovely house. Gitu. Tinggal diterangkan, in the living room there is a table and a set of sofa. Kemudian you can see a TV there and 1 stand lamp. Misalkan seperti itu. In the bedrooms you may find many things. In my room, there is 1 bed, 1 desk, and 1 chair. And in the kitchen, you may find many goods there. You can see plates, forks, and spoons, and 1 dining table with 3 chairs. Misalkan seperti itu. Itu tulis saja. Sudah cukup seperti itu. Itu sudah jadi satu paragraf. Itu kan sudah ada 7 atau 8 kalimat. Itu sudah cukup. Kira-kira ada 4 barisan. Activities you usually do in each room. When I was having online class, I usually have it in the living room. When I am bored, sometimes I go to my room to take a nap or just watching YouTube while lying down on my bed. Sudah seperti itu. In the afternoon, I usually have my lunch in my kitchen because I don't have my own dining room, so I eat my meals in the kitchen, in the dining, on the using the dining table. Itu sudah cukup. Itu sudah mencakup informasi apa saja yang ada di rumah, kemudian aktivitasnya di living room apa, di kamar apa, di dapur apa, itu sudah cukup. Itu walaupun terlihat pendek, tapi sebenarnya itu sudah masuk 2 paragraf. Kira-kira total ada 8 sampai 10 baris. Itu sudah cukup, tidak perlu banyak-banyak. Simple, tapi itu sudah bagus. Seperti itu. Kemudian contoh yang lainnya ini unforgettable experience, sama seperti tadi. Explaining when, where, with whom, sama persis seperti tadi, harus mencakup apa aja. What interesting or embarrassing activities you did, sama seperti tadi. And one thing that you have to realize is about this. Nah, nilai terbesarnya itu ada di konten. Konten itu ya cerita, penulisan, struktur kalimat, seperti itu. Jadi kalimatnya tidak berbelit-belit. Gunakan kalimat yang singkat-singkat saja, yang sederhana, yang penting runtut terus. Seperti itu. Seperti yang saya contohkan tadi. And that's for the writing. And now we are moving on to the spoken. Nah, spokennya sebenarnya sama ini, persis. The room in your house, the furniture in each room, the activities you usually do in each room. Saya kan tadi mencontohkannya kan lewat oral, lewat lisan. You can imitate that. Actually, you can imitate that. Bisa mencontoh seperti yang barusan saya ucapkan. Misalkan, this is my house. There are 5 rooms in my house. 1 living room, 2 bedrooms, one kitchen, and one bathroom. One bathrooms. Cukup seperti itu. Sudah cukup. Ini sudah mencakup the rooms in your house. Tinggal the furniture in its rooms. Tadi saya mention apa aja? In the living room, there is a TV. And there is a table also. And you may find a set of sofa. Itu di living room. In the bedroom, especially my room, there is one bed. And on the bed, there are two pillows and some dolls, for example. And there is one desk and one chair. I usually put my books on my desk. Kemudian, in the kitchen, there is a dining table with some chairs. I do not have a dining room, so I just have the meal in the kitchen with my family. Kayak gitu. Kalau mau ditambahi boleh. In the bathroom you may find a bucket and some showers with some toothbrush and shampoos or soaps. Misalkan seperti itu. Tinggal dikasih keterangan saja. Kemudian the activities that you usually do in each room. When I am having an online class, I usually have it in the living room because the internet connection in the living room is faster. Misalkan seperti itu. And then when I get bored, I usually go to my room to take a nap or just lying down on my bed watching YouTube. Sudah seperti itu cukup. Kemudian ditambah in the afternoon I usually have lunch in the kitchen. I sometimes cook by myself, or my mom cooks for me some noodles or omelette that is simple for me. Misalkan seperti itu. Itu sudah cukup. Karena sekitar hanya 1-2 menit, itu sudah sangat-sangat cukup sekali. That's just the example that I can give to you. Maybe you have any other perspective. So it will okay if you deliver, menyampaikannya dari sudut pandang yang lain. Of course it based on your own life or your house. So it will be much more effective because you can imagine in your mind about your house. Oh, rumah saya ada 7 ruangan. Ada apa aja? Di ruangan ini ada apa saja? And it will be better if you show the room as well. Nah, itu akan lebih bagus. Kenapa? Because remember, ada penilaian mengenai konten. Sayangnya ini yang lama belum ada kontennya. Yang di sini baru ada grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, sama fluency. Harusnya ada kontennya yang terbaru. Nah, ini contoh yang kedua, milih. Kalau yang ini milih spokennya. Their plan for semester holiday, their plan for next semester learning, atau the plan after COVID-19 pandemic ends. Apa rencananya? Misalkan the next holiday I want to go to Bali with my family. I have been preparing some of my tickets, and I also have been vaccinated twice, so it will be okay for me to travel to other cities because I already got the certificate. Nah, misalkan seperti itu. Rencananya apa saja? Diterangkan di sana mau ngapain, aktivitasnya apa, diterangkan di sana mau kemana, sama siapa, mencakup who, where, when, kapan mau ke sana, sama siapa, tujuannya kemana. And then the activities, ke sana mau ngapain. Udah itu aja, cuma 4 itu. Dengan siapa perginya, mau kemana, kapan aktivitasnya di sana mau ngapain aja. Simple, very simple, because it's only for 1 minute to 2 minutes. And then their plans for the next semester learning. Apa saja yang dipersiapkan untuk semester depan, misalkan mengenai barang-barang, buku misalkan, HP, laptop, is it ready? Kemudian, what is your preparation for offline learning? Kayak gitu, mau ngapain aja persiapannya, mau apa yang nanti kira-kira akan dilakukan di semester depan, apakah online lagi atau sudah offline. You tell about your plan. Kemudian the plan about after COVID-19 pandemic, ya tinggal diterangkan saja. Setelah pandemi saya mau apa ya? Mau main, mau pergi, mau jalan-jalan, apa mau di rumah aja? Tinggal diterangkan secara singkat. Singkat saja, because it's only 1 until 2 minutes perform, seperti itu. And then the last, actually it's the same with the writing one, seperti yang writing tadi, hanya saja ini dibawakan secara lisan. When and where it happens, how old were you at that time, what happened to you, and how you felt that moment. Misalkan kalian sudah nulis ini kemudian dibawakan secara lisan juga tidak apa-apa. Yang penting jangan terlihat seperti membaca. Yang penting kalau misalkan you want to prepare your video, it is okay if you write it first. But make sure when you are recording the video, you look ready. You look like that you are performing a video monologue without text. Jadi jangan sampai terlihat seperti orang membaca, melihatnya ke bawah terus. Tapi harus ke depan, ke arah kamera, ngobrol, karena sorot matanya, gerak tangan, ekspresi wajah itu dinilai. Itu masuk ke konten dan fluency, seperti itu. Karena fluency kan it's not all about how you utter your words, how you say the words, but also it's about the eye contact, about your mimic, and then your body language. Nah, itu semuanya masuk ke dalam fluency. And of course, the content must be good. Nah, nanti saya coba publish ini di Schoology as the example of the final test that probably you will have. Nah, nanti saya coba kalau sudah ada ya kisi-kisinya, karena ini kan prosesnya agak panjang. Membuat soal dulu, kemudian di review, baru di ACC, baru di upload. Nah, nunggunya kan agak cukup memakan waktu. Jadi nanti saya usahakan ini di-upload dulu di Schoology, kemudian nanti kalau sudah ada kisi-kisi soalnya saya upayakan untuk upload kalau sudah muncul seperti itu. But overall it will be like this. Mungkin besar hanya seperti ini. Jadi untuk writing hanya menulis 2 paragraf saja. Untuk spokennya itu membuat video sekitar 1 sampai 2 menit. Sangat-sangat singkat sekali. Seperti itu. Is there any question for our meeting, for our discussion? Ada pertanyaan? Let me record who is joining this virtual meeting. Okay. If there is no question, it's okay. I will provide this in Schoology, the example of the questions, and I also record this, but I don't know if the record is successful or not. If yes, I will upload it in Schoology, but if not, then I will not upload it. Hopefully it's doing well, karena saya tadi record tapi suaranya nggak keluar. Semoga ini sudah bisa. Nah, if you have no questions, then it's okay. If later on you have question, you may contact me through WhatsApp or Schoology. It's okay, but WhatsApp is faster. It will be fast response for WhatsApp, inshallah. Kalau tidak ada pertanyaan, saya cukupkan. And then I think this is the last meeting for this semester. Aduh. Thank you so much for having me, for very patient with me. I'm so sorry if everything doesn't run well in this online learning, because I realize that we have many trouble with the learning media that we are having right now. But hopefully next semester we do not have online class anymore. Hopefully sudah tatap muka. Semoga. Karena saya juga merasa sangat terkendala gimana saya ngasih komunikatif learningnya itu gimana. Sangat susah sekali. Semoga bisa tatap muka langsung. Seperti itu, kalau tidak ada saya mohon maaf bila banyak kesalahan tentunya dan ketidakefektifan pembelajaran terutama ya. Karena saya sangat merasa ini yang sangat saya sayangkan karena kebanyakan asinkronus, karena saya juga dilema mau virtual meeting terus kuotanya yang nanti tekor gitu. Mau penilaiannya video terus juga memori atau recording videonya atau bikin uploadnya yang susah gitu. But it's okay, hopefully that it can covers everything. Thank you. I do apologize if I did many mistake to you. Unconsciously. And ini ada yang baru join. Mbak Zerima baru join. Thank you so much for having me in this virtual meeting. Saya akan tetap upload ini di Schoology, jadi tidak ada tugas atau apa-apa, hanya review saja. Saya upload ini di Schoology. Videonya juga kalau ada, jadi yang mungkin nanti belum nonton, kalau bisa diupload, saya upload, jadi bisa ditonton ulang. Seperti itu, thank you so much for having me. Saya tutup, sehat selalu semua, dimanapun berada. Have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My pleasure, my pleasure.